Hello, my wonderful, amazing, lovely friends. My name is V Valera, and I'm the author of Readers. You can find info on how to purchase my novel in the description box below, as well as links to my other platforms where you can connect to me. The novel is about a spiritual adventure or spirituality adventure. So if you're looking for something to read during quarantine, feel free to check it out. Okay, so today's reading is going to be, my goal is for today's reading to ask the spirits what they would like us to do while we're in quarantine. Let's see what they have to say. All right, to kick it off, I just want to tell you what's on your deck today. We have rose quartz, of course, for love. We need as much love as possible at these times, in these times. Then I also have my amethyst crystal for calm and soothing energy. Then I also have my dragon's blood, which is for courage. It's probably some of my favorite crystals. I have some more crystals in another room. I just don't bring them in here. And then, of course, I would love to go back to the crystal shop once this is all over. I've been meaning to check my favorite crystal shop and see if they are still delivering. Okay, let us begin. Now I've already shuffled my deck extensively off camera during preparation, but I will shuffle again on camera. As you know, especially for those new to tarot, welcome. And I've already prayed and meditated on the cards as well. All right, so now we're going to ask the spirits what they would like us to do. What would they like the world to do during this time of quarantine, while we are in quarantine? Here we go. So we're asking what messages do they have for the world, for us to do while we're in quarantine. They're already talking. Okay, 3 more. So we're asking spirits what they would like, what messages they have for the world, what they would like us to do while we are in quarantine. Okay, 2 more. One more. Okay. All right. This is a lot. Wondering what they want. I feel like this card should go here. Keep that the same. This is too much. Sorry, folks. I'm going to shuffle again for that last card. It was too much. Okay, here we go. Two spirits, friends. One card, please. Okay. Great. Thank you. Okay. 2 cards. Okay, let me see. Okay. It's my usual. It's what usually happens where I get a card and then I have a last card, which is what I call my side conversation. So I'll read that. Okay, let's begin. So the question for the spirits was, what messages do they have for the world in terms of what they want us to do while we're in quarantine? Here we go. Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't read them out to you as usual, as I usually do. I was so focused on hearing what they say. So we have the Strength card, we have the 5 of Cups, we have the Balance card. This is also the Temperance card in the Rider-Waite deck. The King of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Justice card, and then the Tower card. In my deck, it's the Oppression card, the Wawalak. I need to read this to you because that is it hasn't really come up in the readings, and this deck has a unique meaning to it. So, and then let's see what they want to talk about in the side conversation. New beginnings. Interesting. I'll leave that right here. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Okay. I don't know if you've how many videos you've watched, but I tend to like to hold my cards while I'm trying to hear what they say. Then I feel compelled to shuffle. All right. Okay. So the first line is about what the world is doing currently in quarantine and what they're asking of you. So the spirit world is asking for you all, for us all, to have strength. And right now they know that it's feeling like 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups means disappointment, bitterness, anger. There's another meaning to as well to the 5 of Cups. So let me read that for you. Let me read the phrase because I think I want you to hear it. Sorry, I said anger earlier. It was pessimism, disappointment, sadness, pessimism. But here it is, concentrating on problems instead of assets. And then this card, like I said earlier, this is the card for patience. But they're also saying balance. So what they're saying here is at this time, while we're in quarantine, they are asking us, and as well they are causing us to draw upon our strength. They know that it feels like that, many of us feel anger, sadness, pessimism at the situation. Cups are feelings, so we're feeling a lot all over the world. And then we have the Temperance card. Temperance is the card for patience in the Rider-Waite deck. And here it's balance. So there's double meaning here. They're asking us to be patient as this unfolds. And also balance. Balance is they have a message for that in regards to our emotions. They're saying try to balance your emotions while in quarantine. Like, don't get too much either way. Nothing extreme, just something balanced. Not too much, not too little, just right in between. If you've watched my videos before, I call this the spilt milk deck card, because as you can see, she has 5 cups, 3 are spilled, and she's really bummed about the 3 cups that spilled. But she is not focusing on the 2 cups that are still right side up, and they still have whatever she treasures inside of them. They are not spilled, but she's more focused on the fact that these spilled. So that's a meaning in there. During this time in quarantine, they're asking, try not to focus so much on what's not happening, but on what is happening. And while that is hard, they understand this is their phrase, it's an exercise in courage for you. Okay, let me try to hear this second line, because it is very, very interesting. And they're coming in heavy for this message. Okay. All right. So what they're saying for this second line, we have a King of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Pentacles are coin. Swords are thoughts. So right now in the world, there is, now this card, the King of Pentacles, it symbolizes, it can represent someone with status, wealth, abundance. And this is a king, right? It doesn't have to be a male. It can be a female too. This is just the type of energy this person possesses. But I am getting a strong feeling this is talking about males. So when I'm looking at this deck, or this line in this spread, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is that there are King of Pentacles all over the world. There are people in power with a great abundance of wealth, and they are causing, this is 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles means feeling left out in the cold. These are people. This has come up before in previous messages for quarantine. Being left out in the cold. These are women. It doesn't have to be women per se, but these are women, and they're wandering. Looks like they are displaced. They're looking lost. They just, well, it's the card for feeling left out in the cold. It's like other people are experiencing abundance and they are not. That's the energy of the card, the symbolism in the card, that other people are having the abundance, but not them. They're going without, they're wandering the streets, they're lost. And then 5 of Swords is conflict. Swords are thoughts, but it's really nothing to do with thoughts. This is about just outright conflict. You have a princess here, and she's battling. Okay, so I've told you the individual meanings of the cards, so I'll just tell you the phrase. I had to do that first because this is a big message. So you have people in power, persons of power all over the world. Okay, I'm hearing it now. And they are causing the world, the people, their constituents, the world around them to go without, to be left out in the cold while they enjoy abundance for themselves, and it's causing conflict. Now, the numbers, this is what the spirits are saying. This is the symbolism they're giving me, the meanings they're giving me. The 5, this was in the last reading too. The 5 of Pentacles is significant, and there were some meanings for the Pentacles before, but this one, what I'm hearing, yeah, the last reading that I did, I said the big 5. There's something going on with the big 5. And so the spirits just showed me the 5 Olympic rings. And what do the 5 Olympic rings represent? All the continents. So we have these people in power, tremendously abundant and in wealth, and they're causing the entire world, entire continents, countries to go without, making the populations feel left out in the cold, to have things missing, lacking abundance. They're causing conflict all over the world. These people right there. And who these people are, they're people in power. They're people in power, and that is the whole, this is what I'm hearing. That is the whole reason and situation why the world was brought to its knees. Because the people in power do not care about these people. Their constituents, they're the ones that they've been entrusted to care for. Okay, getting a very big message right now. So, all right, very big message. So, let me focus it in. What they're saying is, as I've just said, the, sorry, this focus is just not. The people in power have caused entire continents to go into lack, have caused entire people's populations to go without, to feel left out in the cold. This is the big 5. My last reading, they were talking about the big 5, and after the reading, I looked up who is known as the big 5, and there were some corporations, but it wasn't clicking, but now the spirits have told me it's the 5 continents. If I'm not mistaken, the Olympic rings, there are 5. I can't think right now, too, the number of continents, and I know it's something I should know off the top of my head, but if you're channeling spiritual energy, it's not going to come up right now. So now, the reason why I'm like having this little mini freak out is because what they told me about this can only go on for so long, because soon, this is the people, okay? They're going to take up their swords and they're going to fight back. Now, I'm just to let you know right there, we can all stop. I am not encouraging or prophesying war. Taking up the sword can mean many things. Fighting back can mean many things. There are several people in the world already fighting back, but it's they're taking up their sword. They're gonna have more courage. People around the world are going to have more courage. Other people in power are going to have more courage to take up their sword and fight back against, this is what they said, tyranny. And I'm sorry, gentlemen, but it looks like this is representing males and male energy. So this is speaking to male, I'm going to put this in quotes, male leadership around the world. This can only go on for so long before the people take up their swords and rise up, fight back. Now, I, they keep showing me Jacinda Barrett in New Zealand. I swear to you, they keep showing me her face and her name and what she's doing. They're coming in really strong about that. This is their phrase. This is their mess. These are their words. She is, okay, they have noticed, they admire her, and I feel like she's very strong for taking up the sword and doing what she can for her people. They feel it very strongly. They feel very strongly about that. All right, so I hope you've been following the series of my videos, not just for, I'm not talking about, view count or anything like that. I'm talking about the messages. The messages progress. The messages are all interconnected. But I will, for those who are just joining me, I will try to connect them all for you in this reading. And I apologize if I'm kind of like pausing. It's a lot of energy to withstand, especially messages this big. Okay, so that's what's happening here. This next line is very, let me get this. It's a very, sorry, I was trying to get the focus right on this. Okay. So we have tyranny. All right. Now this last line, as you know, this last line usually speaks about the future. Okay. This is the present and this is the recent past. And I like to say recent present because it's not always precise, but today it seems pretty spot on. So currently we have tyranny being brought on and happening on the world stage. Now the future line shows this. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very clever. Wands are also action, and then it's fire as well. I have to read to you. Sorry, this is, there it is. Okay. The Queen of Wands is very clever, but it's also a card for power. Power, cleverness, and beauty. But we're talking about power and cleverness right now. So, okay, let me tie this in. I'm trying, believe it or not, I'm trying to do like, hear everything, fix the focus on this dang camera, and keep track of the message. So on the world stage right now, we have tyranny that's being conducted by male leadership. I'll just say that, okay? But in the future, and the future can be, it can be tomorrow. It can be, next week, next month. But the future line reads Queen of Wands, the Justice card, and then the Tower card. Oppression, okay? The Queen of Wands in the future, due to this tyranny, okay, so the reason why I'm like super freaking out right now is that the message is that the world, as I've said in my previous readings, the world has been off balance because it has been mostly a male society, a patriarchal society. I'm not saying that to hate on men or anything like that, but just truth be told, it has been a patriarchal society. But due to the typical nature of males, not trying to put anyone down, there are particular traits that carry out and, go onto the world stage. And it's happening now. And it's happened for a long time. But like I said, people are going to start rising up. They're going to start fighting back. And I'm not saying civil war, I'm not saying any of that, but there are many ways to fight back. It doesn't have to be physical. In fact, things that were brought upon, countries in the recent history have happened without any shots being fired. And those events have been very impactful. I'm not going to get into specific politics, but I hope you know what I'm referring to. So people are going to start rising up. Notice this is a princess, okay? The momentum, the energy, the desire, the thoughts are going to build up. They're going to progress, and they're going to mature into this female leadership, female power. Now, this is a queen. She's no princess. And no matter what anyone says, men are very tough, but women, they have to be twice as tough, if not more, because they have to be tougher than the men, and they have to prove it extra to even be considered equal, if that. But that is, this queen is no joke. And what she is symbolizing is the return to balance. The world is it is resetting towards balance. And when it is a matriarchal society, there is, I'm just going to say, a lot more prosperity. Women tend to be all-encompassing in terms of their actions. So this is the Queen of Wands. Wands are action. Wands are fire too. People are getting fired up. All right. And the movement will just progress until it matures, and it will manifest into a powerful female energy. What that is, they're not telling me yet, but she will bring justice. She will also bring... Now, I'm going to read this to you because this is the Tower card. The female is not going to bring the Tower moment in terms of she is not... when people hear Tower moments, they get a little nervous, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to wreck my things? But Tower moments tend to be when the divine's hand comes down from heaven and topples what is not secure, what is not stable, what has a weak foundation. So there's going to be a culmination in a female energy, a powerful female energy. I don't know if the power is going to reside in just one female or females across the world. But okay, the spirits are saying, even if the women are spread around the world, their power will be collective and unified, and also just powerful. They'll act as one. See, singular, and she will wield it. A female they're concise. That's what the spirits are saying. She will bring justice to the world. But as far as this Tower moment, like I was saying, she will not bring the Tower moment, but Okay, things that are not stable, they will topple, but so they will topple, that is an ending. As there are endings, they give way to new beginnings. But I still want to read to you the description for this card, Oppression. This is, these are two sisters, they're called the Wawalak. And the reason why the description is significant is because it's not just about a tower moment, destruction happening, but there's more to it. So I will read that to you. All right. Okay. So these two sisters are Javanese, and they are the sisters. Well, there's two sisters. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. They're not Javanese. Okay, sorry about that. I kept looking at their picture and then reading something else. So these are Aboriginal sisters from the, let's see, Australian Aboriginal sister goddesses, the Wawalak. All right. Okay, yes, this is the message. I knew it. Okay. Oppressed by darkness, fear, and guilt, the Wawalak wept within the deepest belly of the serpent until they were reborn from Yurlunger's mouth back into the light. As both goddesses and mothers, the Wawalak symbolize the unending force of life in all women, a force that can never be oppressed for long. Okay. Now, I know I've been choppy today and I apologize. It's just these messages are so big, and to just process them while I'm like moving my hands and talking, it can be a little bit much. And I'm usually not like this. But so the reason why I was having this mini freak out is because what the spirits are basically saying is that the female energy is going to become prominent, they said. It's going to consolidate, and these are their words. It's going to consolidate, become prominent, and then they will also get on the world's justice. Justice for the world and for its people, and also wisdom. They remind me, this isn't just the justice card. Athena is the goddess of justice and wisdom, and that's signified by a little owl on her shoulder. Owls typically represent wisdom. Now, the reason why I wanted to read that description to you is because I didn't read to you the whole thing, but what happened with the Wawalak sisters, the Australian Aboriginal Wawalak sisters, is that they were eaten by a serpent, but then they came out as well. So, and then they thrived. So the meaning behind that is that the world has gone into the belly of the serpent where it's dark, but the world will emerge, and there will be light. But with that message is also that the women, after they came out from the serpent's mouth, they will know, the message there is that they will no longer experience oppression. Okay, so I hope you get that, you understand that message. This was a lot. I'm very sorry. Now, all of this ties in to my side conversation that they usually have with me. Like, this will be the entire conversation or the entire reading, and then they typically, well, for my readings that I do with clients, they always have like one or two cards on the side, and like I said, it's a side conversation. But like this entire reading, the entire spread culminates in this: new beginnings. So new beginnings are on their way. New beginnings are emerging. We just have to be patient because spirits are saying things are unfolding. Things are unfolding and like they've never happened before, like has never happened before. And the female energy is going to be more prominent. This is their words. It's going to be more prominent and restorative to the natural balance of the world. Yeah, this is a very big message. This is a huge message about females emerging, females empowerment. This is pretty incredible. Throughout all these readings for quarantine, anything, no message has come up like this before. So I'm pretty freaking ecstatic. This is crazy. This is, not crazy like, this is ridiculous. Like crazy, like it is incredible crazy. Like, I can't even. And I hope you forgive me. This is probably my choppiest reading. I was just hearing so much, just the revelations, hearing them and then trying to keep track. So I apologize. Now, what I'm going to do is I had this whisper in my head to bring out my beloved female goddess oracle deck for today. Before this spread, I had no idea the spread would be like this, so it's only fitting. Let's do some messages from the goddess oracle. So these are tarot, and then this is oracle. Okay, here we go. Shuffle one more time and just ask them. Let's ask the spirits if they have any messages for the world in conjunction with this reading. Any messages for the world in conjunction with this reading? All right. Okay. Let's see who it is. Metis, wisdom. Okay. Let's see what she has to say. Now there's an empowerment message and an alignment message. Today looks very much to be about empowerment. So I'll read that message. And this is Metis for wisdom. Experience woven together with knowledge creates a beautiful thing, wisdom. Its parts are intertwined like a finely made rope that is so strong it can't be cut. Wisdom, once earned, becomes an essential part of you. Right now, the Greek goddess of wisdom, Metis, says you know exactly what to do in your current circumstances. The real question is, do you have the courage and commitment to make a wise choice? Your answer is not to hide. You are being invited to look within rather than without. Take the wisdom you already have and apply it to your question. Perhaps, however, you must instead draw forth the humility to find someone wiser to weigh in. In this powerful time, others may seek you out for your wisdom. This is also an auspicious period when new relationships are founded on deep truths shared with others. You are entering a potent period of your life to share all that you are and all you have learned. Extraordinary things are possible when the goddess Metis reminds you of your wisdom and the need to express it. Okay, so the message I was also getting during the description is that the question some of you may have out there is, and that was also the question in the beginning, what can we do while we are in quarantine? And so I'm getting that, a lot of us have questions, our own personal questions during quarantine. And what the spirits are saying is that the answers to your questions are already within you. You know it. You just have to trust it. And this is the phrase, that'll be the answer that you seek. And then some of you, I'm getting the feeling of, some of you are just wondering like what you can do for the world while you're at home. And also the answer is you already know what to do, but I'm getting this also another message of outreach. Outreach, reach out. If you are so inclined to participate on the world stage or what's happening on the world stage, feel free to reach out to organizations that fit your line of thinking. So that was a great oracle card to get, because that was our original question. Let's see if they have any more. I really want to just, I feel like this is more the Goddess Tarot and Oracle today. Okay. That was a lot, but this is the one that they wanted. Freya, radical acceptance. Freya is also the goddess of power. So in that, there's also power in acceptance. All right, let's read what she would like to say. When you see life as a battleground, you lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you stand in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum in the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight at all. If you take full stock of your conditions, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded, and most powerful when you remember this is the strategy the goddess Freya offers in your support. So what she's talking about right now is how to see this situation of quarantine. Some may be fighting it, saying like, I don't want to be in here, this sucks, I hate it. But she's saying these are her words. She's saying to step back and take a world view. It's not just about being in the homes. It's about seeing from a 1,000-foot view what is actually happening in the world, which is transformation. The whole world is transforming right now. We're in the steps of a new beginning. The world that we knew has gone. When this is ended, when everyone is better, the world that we step into will be anew. It'll be something that we've never seen before. Things that had fragile foundations will topple. And so when we step back out into the world, we'll be able to see what can move forward with us in the coming time. So she's saying, until then, don't fight being in quarantine. She's saying, she's asking for you to do radical acceptance, saying, yes, okay, we are in quarantine. What do we do? I will tell you, number one, what to do when you're in quarantine is to go within. Mother Nature sent us to our rooms to think about what we've done. So going within, I'll just elaborate on a little bit. Going within is about looking inside you and seeing what needs to heal, what we haven't had the time or made the time to do because our lives are so busy. So now that we have the time, we are being called to go within and heal those parts that we never made time for. So that is a big spiritual task for us all, everyone across the world. Because as we are healed, as we are the building blocks of the new world, as we are healed and become whole, stepping out into the new frontier, we build a stronger foundation when we're whole. So this is us, just half wandering around, and we have, entire buildings on top of us. But we've all, not all of us have taken the time to heal and work on those parts. But as we do during this time of quarantine, we become whole, we become strong. And something strong, a building block that's strong, creates a strong foundation, and then the new worlds can be built upon it. Okay. I like to do things in threes, so let's see if they have another message for us. If you are having trouble accepting this moment, call upon Goddess Freya to help you with radical acceptance. Here we go. One more oracle card. Okay, we got 2. Mother Mary. Actually, she's called Mary, Queen of Angels. And then we have Yuki Anna, Stillness. Let's see what Mary, Queen of Angels, has to say. I don't think she's come up in any of the readings yet, so this is great. This is fantastic. The Christian goddess Mary, Mother of Miracles, has come to celebrate with you today. She is here to remind you of all the amazing wonders that are everywhere in your life right now. Look around you, especially at all the synchronistic events that have already taken place. Ever since you were born, events and opportunities have come together to support you, guide you, show you love, and present the world as you see it. Look closely and see the hand of the divine working on your behalf. You are a powerful co-creator, and so you are responsible and accountable for the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that seed your field of dreams. Remember, miracles are uncanny evidence that from the invisible world, life springs into form without any reasonable cause for the effect. Mary gave birth as the great goddess was shown to do long before the Christian myth of Mary became real. She too proved herself to be the very essence of creation itself. In this moment, Mary reminds you of those miracles that you too can call into being. You don't need a cause or any evidential fact or calculation to believe and then see that miracle rise up in the conditions of your life. When Mary appears, you are reminded that you will never run out of miracles. That's very beautiful. So she showed up in the reading today to support. I'm going to guess that in these times, because she is considered Christian, but even though she's Mary, Queen of Angels, and that's a whole other discussion, but I am thinking that there are Christian, possibly Christian viewers that are stumbling upon my video or into the spiritual world. And so she's kind of showing up as kind of like a unifying link between the worlds, kind of to ease people into this. For them, it's a new world, but ease people into this new world of spirituality. And of course, as I said with the goddess Freya, as we sit in quarantine and think about many things, and a lot of things can be, before the quarantine happened, it could have been a state of despair. And what she's saying is that just because we're in quarantine, the miracles don't stop. Just because we're not going outside, it doesn't mean that the miracles aren't happening. So she's saying, call upon her when you are in need of miracles. But she also wants to tell you to look around, because the miracles are already happening, and it has just been a question of you seeing them as a miracle. Now, she wants me to elaborate a little. What I meant by that last part is, there may be things happening in your life and you're not seeing them as a miracle, but they actually are. Just the fact that, the water is still running. People are well enough to keep the water on during quarantine, that the electricity is still going, that our internet is still going, things like that. Those are miracles. She wants us to believe in miracles, because remember, as we start believing in miracles, we start becoming, it makes us happy. We start becoming happy. And as we become happy, what happens? Our vibration goes higher and higher and higher. And that is very important right now. It is important to go within and to also raise our vibration. As we raise our vibration, we help heal the vibration of the entire earth. All right, and then we have the goddess Yuki Onna. The Japanese goddess of winter, Yuki Onna, calls you to a practice of daily meditation and stillness to prepare you for greater productivity and results. Being open and receptive, slowing down, and allowing for time to dream activates your partnership with the universe, so you can truly set your intentions in motion. Then, almost without effort, you discover their vibrational match in the world of form. Just as the life force quietly builds within a seed buried under snow, so too will the energy build in the seed of your desires before manifesting with no effort on your part. You will find how easy it is to co-create while implementing a practice of stillness and receptivity. Let others make the first move at this time as you assess and observe the world around you from the profound position of stillness and neutrality. In this way, the world becomes more intimate, yet you know to take nothing personally. When the goddess Yuki Onna comes to support you, be still. This calls in miracles. The action now is non-action. Now, what she's talking about here is a little bit of what we said. Though we are in quarantine, it seems like nothing is happening. Everything is happening. And everything that is happening starts within us. She's suggesting doing meditation. And the benefits of meditation is that you become relaxed and more open to hearing their messages, their personal messages for you. We all have intuitive powers. Some of us just have it more pronounced, but we all have it. And like the little voice that you hear in your head, those are your guides. Just as my guides speak to me, your guides speak to you. So in meditation, it helps you open up your insides to hearing the messages. And like she was saying, the things that we are dreaming now in this stillness of quarantine, that is energy building. And as you know, energy has to go somewhere. It can't, it can't just, I want to say stagnate. Yeah, I think that's the word. It can't just stagnate and just disappear. Energy is, it's, what is that? E equals MC squared. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. That energy has to go somewhere. And as you take this time to go within, work on your things, work on your dreams, those are part of it, you will see after all of this is done in the time of new beginnings, you will see the things that you were dreaming of within become real. They will show up in this material world. They started inside you, and then they will manifest into material form. So there's actually a lot to do during quarantine. I guess they did answer. They did answer my goal of discussing what we can do while we're in quarantine. Okay, they were just, all right, they just made fun of me. And what they're saying is the first part of this reading was telling you a message from them about what's going to happen in the world. And then the second part answered our question of what we can do while we're in isolation. So, that was fantastic. I think so. I hope you think so too. Like I said, I have not gotten a message like this in any of the readings. I have not. I have not seen this in any of the readings. So I'm freaking excited and very fascinated, curious to see how it unfolds before us. So anyway, that concludes today's reading on what we can do inside our homes during the time of quarantine. I hope I got all the phrase right. So I thank you for spending time with me, for choosing to spend your time with me, and for your support and love on my channel. I hope this helped, and I hope this resonated. And if you would like to discuss, please comment below. Would love to hear from you. You can comment or send me messages on any of my platforms, but I would love to, get your feedback and see what you think about all these things. So please consider leaving a comment, okay? Again, thank you. Stay safe and be well. I send you my love and gratitude. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.